When a teacher leaves, it's suddenly like a student has to regain that relationship they had with the previous teacher. And midway through the year, when they're in the middle of learning and they're in the middle of their course, they now have to establish this relationship again.
My teacher left in the beginning of the year, and for the first month or so, we didn't really have anybody in the class, and it was more like just other staff members watching over the class. When we went to our next grade, we was a little stuck.
The gaps in their knowledge would widen. I've seen this specifically at my school since I teach 11th and 12th grade students.
Sometimes losing that resource is a little bit more difficult than just now somebody's not teaching 3rd or 4th grade. Now it's like, all right, I lost one of my go-to people when it comes to using technology.
We go home at night thinking of our students and how we can help them. And it takes a toll.
I don't really need much from my administrators or from my coaches or from my colleagues, but what I do want, or what I would like consistently, is touch and check-ins.
We know that teachers who are underprepared or do not get substantial support in clinical practice in their preparation are 2 to 3 times as likely to leave the profession.
What teachers need is that kind of intensive coaching or mentoring.
Principals are really a key factor in supporting teachers and in helping retain them.
Schools with the greatest needs, the most disadvantaged populations, tend to have more turnover, and not just higher rates of turnover of teachers, but also of principals.
A lot of the students from those low-income rest neighborhoods, they don't understand what real stability is. When teacher attrition happens, they feel like someone's abandoned them again. It feels just like their grandmother or their mother or their father or their uncle or somebody that they looked up to in the community.
When teachers keep turning over, it just perpetuates the cycle of students feeling like, oh, well, we can't trust them. Oh, they're just going to leave. Why bother?
My daughter used to go to my charter school. And when I was thinking about where she would go for kindergarten, I was realizing that I wasn't sure who was going to be her kindergarten teacher at my charter school.
It kind of feels like someone left your team. So then also the morale of the staff, teachers and admin kind of goes down because, well, now there's no other adult that wanted to stay here for the rest of the year.
We can't create impactful solutions unless we fully understand the problem.
We have one of the highest rates of teacher attrition in the United States in both the public and the public charter schools.
We don't make the space for them to have opportunities beyond just being in a classroom.
This idea of what can teachers do for our school, I think it should be what schools can do to better a relationship with our teachers.
So it's important that teacher preparation and early career mentoring and supports are things that states, and in particular the District of Columbia, invests in long term.
Almost 90% of the teachers said they were passionate about teaching and that they wanted to stay.
And if teachers could plan on their future at these schools more than a year at a time, that would help make a stable environment and a trusting environment.
In order for me to continue the rest of the school year, I need to make sure that I'm in a good place in order to be in a good place for the kids.
I miss them every single day, and I feel guilty that I left. But I hope they know that I didn't leave them. I just left school.